Hello and welcome to my video today. This is going to be a short one on wheel repair. If you happen to get any scratches on your wheel due to curb rash or rocks or anything like that, you may be able to fix it yourself. Several years ago, I did a video that I covered such a thing. I showed how to fill in the scratches with Bondo if needed and to sand them down, and then finally to paint them. I have my first scratches on my wheel. This happens to be the front right wheel. I think I got a little too close to a curb, and I have two of the spokes. There's just slight scratching on. I'll give you a little bit of detail after the intro here. However, if it is a fairly serious curb rash, you may want to have it professionally done. There are wheel shops that do that sort of thing, and probably $100, $250, they can make your wheel look like brand new. So if that's your situation, I would recommend doing that. But if it's minor, you could probably just touch it up yourself. So let's get started. Here's some things you're going to need for this today. Old t-shirt to clean off the area. You may also need to use isopropyl alcohol to clean it. Probably not a bad suggestion. Then thoroughly let it dry. Here is the paint I'm going to be using. It's called Smathy, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Wheel touch-up paint. And it is gloss black. This happens to have two different ways of using it. You can use the pen application, or you can take out the brush that's built into the cap. Thanks to Sybil at FOA for recommending this product. And I found this on Amazon, and I'll have the link in the video description if you want to purchase it. So I am going to be trying the pen applicator part of it, since this part of the wheel right along here is just very minor. You can barely see that it is white where the paint got scratched off right here. Make sure to shake up the paint for like about a minute at least. All right, so I am going to take off the cap. There we go. Apply it onto the wheel itself. One thing you need to do is to start the pen, you need to press down on the tip. I did this several times on the old t-shirt to get the paint flowing. Once it's flowing, then you can apply it. What's great about the pen tip is it just does a very small amount of paint. So it allows you to fill in little areas like this very easily. There we go. You may need to smooth that out a little bit. I happen to have some extra touch-up paintbrushes here. And if you do get some blobs, you can smooth it out. And the idea is just to fill in the gaps so you don't see any of the bare metal underneath. And it takes about 10 minutes to dry. Here's a closer look at it. And while I admit it's not perfect, at least it covers up the noticeable scratch, which leaves the bare color of the wheel visible. And when you're out a bit at normal viewing distance, it pretty much blends in with the rest of the wheel. So now I'm going to do this spoke over here. And like I mentioned, if you want to smooth it out, use the brush. I recommend doing probably a few coats. If you do very, very thin coats, it's probably better. And then smooth it out best you can. It's not going to look 100% because this is just a touch-up. If you want them to look like brand new, you're going to most likely have to take it to a shop to get that. So just to let you know, quick touch up. If you don't want to see the bare metal on the wheels after scratching, this touch up seems to work pretty well. I would let it wait at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes before you do a second coat. But otherwise, that's about it. Here's the one from up top. And here's the one on the spoke. All right, the paint has dried. I brought it outside so you can have a look at it. And it is very difficult to tell exactly where it is unless you look super close. Here was the minor damaged spoke. And then this one here had more of a scratch to it at the top. I may play around with polishing it and doing a second coat, but otherwise, not too bad. I have the link in the video description if you're interested in purchasing this from Amazon. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.